Hello and welcome back, Catweazle here, and this is Arkham Horror Cool Air. Turn 4, just a quick recap of turn 3. Basically, Charlie went to the curiosity shop, managed to find himself an elder sign, which is fantastic news. Skids took his 2 trophies to the science building, got himself 2 extra clues, as well as the clue that was at the science building itself, so he's well on his way to finalising his personal story. Roland Banks is trotting through the city of the Great Race, and he's going to try and come out of the gate this turn and seal it. And Rita got herself a cultist that she dispatched, took as a trophy, and she's now in the Rivertown streets with a moon beast for company. I did take the stamina off Rita for her being in the streets in the Mythos phase, so she's now on 5 stamina due to Ithaca's icy winds. So that's where we're up to. It's now the upkeep phase, so let's move along to the player area. Here we are with Rita. First things first, she has a retainer, so she gets $2, which will take her up to $10. So I'll take these 3 here and replace them with a 5. So she's now got $10, and now she's got a retainer. She has to roll to see if she keeps it for this turn. So let's see if she can keep it. A 2, yes, just about. So that's good. She keeps a retainer. Now we're in there with the Moon Beast. I don't particularly want to fight the Moon Beast in Rivertown, because that would mean us staying in the Rivertown streets for another turn and losing another sanity, and that's another stamina, and that's not even taking into account if the Moon Beast manages to damage us even further. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and sneak past the Moon Beast to get into the graveyard, and then we'll fight the Warlock and the Nop K in the graveyard with any luck and manage to beat them. So in order to do that, I'm going to use a 2 focus to move a speed down to 4, which is more than enough to get to the graveyard, but it also increases a sneak to 3, which will aid in getting past the Moon Beast. Also, we've been quite lucky in that we've still got the same environment card from the very beginning of the game, which is Blackest Night. And while that makes luck checks -1 in Arkham, it does increase your sneak to +1. So she will have a sneak of 4. So that's 4 dice to try and get past the Moon Beast. I don't think we'll be changing anything else. She seems set up now for what she's going to do in this turn. So we'll move on to the next player, which will be Charlie Kane. Here we are with Charlie. Similar to Rita, he's got his retainer, so that's $2 for this turn. So that puts him up to 3. And he's got to roll now for that retainer, and he's also got to roll for his bank loan. So let's see how he does. So first up, the retainer, a 3, he keeps his retainer, and next is his bank loan, a 6, so he doesn't have to pay his bank loan back. That's good. Good stuff there from Charlie. Right, what we're going to do with Charlie this turn, that's what I've been having to think about. And I think what he's going to do is he's going to go to the science building as well. And the reason for that is he's going to meet up with his friend Skids, And I think what we're going to try and do is we're going to have a bit of swapsies, a bit of trading. I think Charlie's going to give Skids the elder sign. I still think Charlie's better staying in Arkham and performing the function of trying to get various goodies going around the shops and stuff like that. So he's going to give the elder sign to Skids. Skids, in return, is going to give Charlie some of his money, I think. So Charlie may be able to pay off his bank loan a bit earlier. And he's got an axe that he's not using, so he might give Charlie the axe. And also, he might give Charlie the flute of the outer gods. What that means is Charlie would actually be able to use that. He'd lose his 3 sanity and his 3 stamina, but he wouldn't die in the process. It would leave him with 1 sanity. So I think Skids will hand that over. So we'll have a bit of a trade fest between those two. In order to do that, he needs 4 speed, but he's got 4 speed because of the motorcycle, the map of Arkham, and his ally. So I think we can pretty much leave all his abilities where they are. Right, so next up is Skids. And here we are with Skids. So as mentioned, we're going to have a bit of a trade fest when Charlie gets to the science building. Then what we're going to do is, after all that trading's took place, where's Skids going to go? Well, I think he's going to go to the witch house. He only needs one more. He only needs one more clue. That'll put him up to 8 clues. But he will have gained 5 clues during the course of the game, which means he'll have succeeded at his personal story. So that'll be Skids to the witch house. He only needs 3 movement. He's got 3 movement. I don't think we're going to change anything else. So that's Skids done. And we shall move across to Roland Banks. Right, here we are with Roland. Roland's going to come out of the other world this turn and attempt to seal the gate. You seal a gate with, if you haven't got an elder sign, you seal a gate with either a law or a fight check. His highest score on each is 4, so he may as well try and seal it with his law. It's just as high as what his fight would be, so that'll give him 4 dice because the City of the Great Race has a +0 modifier. So he's going to use his law to try and seal the gate. He doesn't have to fight the Ghost or the Dark Young this particular turn. Although they're in that location, they're not particularly looking at the gate, which will allow Roland to sort of sneak out, try and seal it. But the turn afterwards, he will either have to evade or fight those monsters. But this turn, he won't have to do that. So he's got 4 on his law, and that's what he'll look to use when he tries to seal the gate. He's got enough clue tokens to do it, so hopefully that will be our first gate sealed. I'm not going to change anything else on Roland. He seems pretty much bang up to date where we want him. Right, so let's get over and start the movement phase. Here we are, back in Arkham. Right, first of all, first player is Rita Young, and what she's going to try and do is she's trying to give this Moon Beast the slip, because we don't want to stay in the Rivertown streets longer than we actually have to. So in order to do that, she's going to have to try and evade. So we'll put the dice tower there. Just have a quick look at the Moon Beast. As you can see here, he's got a +0. That's his evade. So she will get all her dice in order to try and get past this rather horrible albino-looking mole thing. So just to recap, we have Blackest Night in play, which is the Environment Mystic card, and that gives us +1 to sneak. Now Rita's sneak is 3, so with a +1 that's 4 dice. So she's got to get a success with 4 dice. And she gets a 6, so that's a success. So we've successfully evaded the Moon Beast, and what we're going to do is we're going to pop across straight into the graveyard, which is full of a Warlock and a Nopke. So let's have a look at these two. First of all, I think she's going to fight the Warlock first. So let's have a look at him. See this rather dapper looking chap. So quite aware, so it's not much use evading him. Let's have a look on the back. Now he's immune to magical weaponry, but that's alright because we've got a shotgun. And there's a little bit of text here. If we pass the combat check against the Warlock, we return it to the box so it doesn't go back in the monster bag, and we gain 2 clue tokens, which is always useful. So we've got to do a horror check first, the blue, at -1. If we fail it, we lose a sanity. Then we do the combat check, which will be -3 dice of our total. If we fail that, we'll lose 1 stamina. But when we do the combat check, we need 2 successes because of the 2 toughness, 2 blood drops there. So let's see if we can do it. So a base fight is 2, so that's 2 dice, and it's 4 for the shotgun, which is 6. Oh no, we're doing the horror check first. So her will is 4, so that's 4 dice -1. That leaves her 3 dice in order to try and get a 5 or a 6. She gets a 5, so she's passed the horror check. And now it's the combat check. So we get 2 dice for her base fight, plus 4 for shotgun, -3. So that's 6 -3, so we've got 3 dice to get 2. 3 dice to get 2 hits. Let's see if we can do it. Get a 5, which is 1 hit. Now, just read the back of the Warlock, if you remember. It says we get 2 clue tokens if we defeat him. So what we're going to do is we'll keep that 5. And we're also going to spend, because she's got 7 clue tokens, we're going to spend a clue token and re-roll one of these dice to see if we can get another success. So there's the clue token that we're going to spend. A 3. So we didn't do that, so we've lost a clue token, so we're going to spend another one. And we're going to roll again, see if we can get a 5 or a 6. And we get a 6. So we spent 2 clue tokens to defeat him, but we get 2 back anyway for defeating him. So we're on 7. Just what we started with. This has been defeated. We get the stand back. However, we don't get him as a trophy because he goes back to the box. So I'll just pop him over here. Just remind myself not to put him back in the bag. Right, so that's the Warlock defeated. That's unfortunate that we don't get him as a trophy because, as you remember, for her personal story, she needs 3 monster trophies. He's not a trophy, so we're still on 1 with the cultist. Right, next up is the Nopke. So here we go, this horrible, like, hairy, cannibalistic thing. Again, quite high awareness, but we're not going to try and sneak past him. We're going to try and kill him. Now, he's got same horror check, so -1 and we'll lose 1 sanity if we fail the horror check. So she's got 4 will, so that means 3 dice in order to pass the horror check. We get 5 again, so we've passed. Now it's the it's the combat check. So we've got -3 and it's physical resistance. Hang on. So we've got 6 physical resistance. That'll take 2, 4. We've got 1 dice. 1 dice and it needs 2. Oh, I can't add up. So what will we do? Well, I've done the horror check now, so I can't really try and evade it now. Right, I roll 1 dice and then I can spend clue tokens to try and get the second one. Ooh dear, I didn't think it through. Right, first dice, a 5, so we have put 1 on it, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use one of those clue tokens again. So put that there to try and get the second one. A 1. No, we're going to have to spend another clue token. A 2. No. And now we're into the clue tokens we can't afford to lose, but I've got to try and kill it now. A 2. Oh, I'm losing all my clue tokens, but I've got no choice. Try a different dice. We'll get a different look. Oh, it came off a 6. Right, another clue token. 3. Oh dear. Another clue token. A 6. So it took me 6 clue tokens to defeat that monster. And now I can't seal the gate because I've only got 1 clue token left. That's my own fault. I didn't do my adding up. I didn't see the physical resistance, which meant that I couldn't roll the proper amount of dice, unfortunately. But we do get that back, the stand, and this does go towards a personal story. So she does get the monster trophy. So she got 2 monster trophies. Right, but we've only got 1 clue token left now. Oh damn. So what we've got to do now is we've got to go into the other world, wherever it is. It is the Great Hall of Celiano, and she'll get sucked through that gate to the Great Hall of Celiano, which is here. So she's in there now, but she's only got 1 clue token. Need 5 to seal the gate, but we can close the gate. We'll just have to do that instead. It's unfortunate. Or we can send somebody in after her to actually close it. We might do that because it's only a -1 gate. So, but that's yeah. Always read stuff. Do your adding up before you attack monsters. We were lucky we had 7 clue tokens there because I thought we were going to lose every single one before we got that second hit. But she has managed to defeat the Nop K, but it was at a cost. Right, that's Rita's movement, such as it was. And now, next up is Charlie Kane. Charlie Kane is going to go to the science building. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And while he's here, he can actually do his trading with Skids. So first of all, Skids is going to give Charlie the axe. So he's got an axe and a cavalry sabre now, Charlie. They're both one-handed weapons, so he can use them both at the same time. He's also going to give him, he's got $5 Skids, he's going to give him 3. So he gives 5 to Charlie and gets 2 change. So he's got $2 now, Skids. And he's also going to give him the Flute of the Outer Gods. Charlie, in return, is going to give Skids an Elder Sign, which will help him to that'll help him to seal a gate without using his clue tokens. And Charlie is also going to give him the Map of Arkham, which gives Skids 1 extra movement point. His movement isn't brilliant, Skids, it's only 3. So Charlie's going to give him the Map of Arkham. That'll help him get around a bit better. He's only just arrived from Joliet. He doesn't really know Arkham, and this map's going to help him out. So put that with Skids stuff. So they did a fair bit of trading there at the end of Charlie's move. Right, next up is Skids. So after a fond farewell, Skids is going to move 3. He could move 4 now with the Map of Arkham, but he doesn't need to use it this go. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3 and pick up another clue at the Witch House. So he now has 8 clues. So that's 8 clues for Skids, and another one from the supply goes on his personal story, and he has now achieved his personal story. So let me just bring that out. Okay, here we are. Skids O'Toole, seeking answers, pass. Each time Skids gains a clue token, put a clue token from the supply on this card. If there are 5 clue tokens on this card, place disturbing news in play. Well, there we are. 5 clue tokens. So pop them back in the supply, and we can put disturbing news in play. Right, disturbing news. Before I give you your answers, be certain that you truly wish to hear them, said the old man. It's not whether or not I want to know what happened to my friend. I need to know, old-timer. Skids gains +1 law and draws 1 spell. Skids' maximum sanity is increased by 1. Great, he goes up to 4. He immediately gains 1 sanity. Right, so let's go over to Skids' board and we'll put all that in play. Right, here we are, Skids player area. So let's give him an extra sanity. So there he is, on 4 sanity, and he gets immediately gets an extra sanity. And he also gets +1 law. So that's very useful. Put it over with his stealth skill as well. So that's very useful. And he also gets to pick, well, draw a spell. So Skids is now a spellcaster. So I'll just get the spell deck. We'll see what spell he gets. So he gets Enchant Weapon. Cast an exhaust to make 1 physical weapon a magical weapon until the end of the combat. And that'll cost 1 sanity, and that is going to be really good. And the reason it's going to be really good is the physical weapon he has is the Tommy gun, which is +6 to combat checks. If he actually casts this spell, that will become a +6 magical weapon. So that is really, really good. So again, well picked by Skids. So we'll put his newfound spell up there. So now we can properly avenge Brad by going completely hat stand all over Arkham and kicking some serious ass. Right, so that was a good movement phase there for Skids. He's completed his personal story, got himself an extra permanent sanity. He's now +1 law, and he has an enchant weapon spell. So good stuff. Makes up a bit for poor old Rita losing all those clue tokens in the fight with the Nop-K. Right, next up, it's the movement for Roland Banks. Right, Roland's here, and he's going to come out of the city of the Great Race. Let's make a bit of room for him with all these monsters. And he comes back to the Black Cave, and he's going to try and seal that gate this turn. Right, and that's it for his movement. So that's the end of the movement phase. So next is the Arkham encounter phase. As Rita's now in the other world, the Great Hall of Saliano, it's Charlie Kane. He's next up, as he's in Arkham. He's at the Science Building. He doesn't have any monster trophies or gate trophies, so he's actually going to have to take a yellow Miskatonic University location card. So shuffle these up and see what he gets. See what he finds in the Science Building. Oh, a quick thing I may as well mention. We can see it. Don't see these little symbols here, like there's a little clue symbol there and an elder sign symbol there. Every location has these, and it's just to indicate that in the location deck, that's the sort of thing you'll find. Like at the Science Building, you've got a good chance of finding a clue. For example, some will have dollar signs for finding money, or like the hospital's obviously got a heart sign because you've got a good chance of healing, that sort of stuff. So they give you an indication of what you can find in each location. But let's see what's in the Science Building. Oh, this is a long one. Let's see. You find a student pounding on a strange device that he has hooked up to massive machinery. He states that it is a dimensional beam machine. If you offer to help him, make a law -2 check. Right, this shuts gates all over the board. We don't want to do that. Unfortunately, it says if you offer. The reason we don't want to do it is we've only got 2 gates open, so it's not like the board's full of open gates. But one, we want to seal the gate that Roland's just come out of, and this would just shut it. So we don't want to do that. He's been through 2 encounters in this City of the Great Race in order to seal it. And the other one is we've got Rita actually off-world, and if we close her gate, then she's not going to be able to get back, and she'll get lost in time and space. So we'll just take this one as we could have done it, but we're not. And we get no, there's no penalty for not choosing to help the chap. So that's Charlie's encounter. And next up is Skids O'Toole at the Witch House. Here we are with Skids at the Witch House. So that's French Hill area, blue. No special text under the Witch House, so we will have a Witch House encounter. Let's see what he gets. Oh, another long one. You find a banquet laid out in the dining room and feel compelled to sit down and eat. Make a luck +0 check and consult the following chart. What's his luck? His luck's 2. Dun, dun, dun. Right. So, 2 luck. Could do with passing this. Oh, we haven't passed at all. Shall I re-roll it? Yeah, he's got 8. He's got 8 clues. So, is there anything else that can help him out? I got 2 3s, didn't I? So, his School of Hard Knocks isn't going to help. He didn't have additional. He didn't have anything additional, did he? No. Am I going to spend clues for it? No, I'm not going to spend clues for it. Let's take our medicine. Whatever it is, it's not going to be nice. Success is 0. You suddenly realise what you've been eating. Lose 3 sanity. Well, it's a good job that we got that extra sanity, because that would have sent us bonkers. As it is, we're down to 1 sanity now, because he loses 3. Oh, that's annoying. So, there we go. 3 sanity. Lost. What a horrible card. Right, but he might have to go to Arkham Asylum in order to get some of those back. I can't really send him into another world with 1 sanity. We're just asking to go completely bonkers. Right, okie doke. That's Skids' turn. And next up is Roland. Right. Here's Roland at sunny River Town, where all the monsters are. But as he's just come out of the gate, he does get an opportunity to close the gate without actually having to fight any of the monsters. So it's a +0 gate. He's going to use his law. His law's 4, so that means he'll get 4 dice. So he's got 4 dice to get a 5 or a 6. If he achieves that, he will close the gate. He gets a 5. Whew, that was close. So he has closed the gate, but he can do better than closing the gate. What he can do is he can spend 5 of his clue tokens, which he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of his 7 clue tokens. He's going to spend those and he's going to seal that gate. So that's our first gate seal. So we'll use one of these. He gets the gate itself as a trophy. Move everything out of the way, I'll put that there. And still got the 2 monsters that we're going to have to sort out next turn. They're still there. But we've sealed our first gate, which is good news. I'll put the monster trophy over on Roland's player area. So that's excellent work. Excellent work from our Fed agent. He's sealed the gate. So we're getting there. Just another 5 to go. Right, that's the end of his encounter. Oh, one thing you do have to do when you seal a gate is any monsters that have got the triangle, they actually get taken off the board. They get sucked back through the gate as it's being sealed. But I don't think we've got any. No, we don't have any monsters with that symbol, unfortunately. Not even in the outskirts. So we just get the trophy. But that's okay. It will doubtless come in for something. Right, next up is the Otherworld encounter phase. Let's see how Rita's doing. Here's Rita, the Great Hall of Celiano. Unfortunately, got no clues left. Had to use them all to defeat that Nop K. What we do is we get the gate deck out, and we need a blue or a green. So let's turn over the first one. That's a red. The second one is another red. Third one is a blue, and it has Celiano on it. So this is the one we'll have a look at. As you read the page, you realise you have stumbled into a written trap. Pass a law -1 check or you are cursed. Oh, you're just having no luck whatsoever. Right, law. What's a law? A law is 0. A law is absolutely 0. And that means she's cursed. She's got 1 clue token left, and to be honest, she's not going to be able to seal the gate. So she is going to spend a clue token, and this clue token will give her 1 dice to pass, to get a 5 or 6 to avoid being cursed. So we will spend that last clue token of hers. Just think, this is how this game is. Do you remember? Not like 20 minutes ago she had 7 clue tokens. Now she hasn't got any. And she's got to pass this law test or she's going to be cursed. Right, 1 dice. Ooh, I have to zoom out a bit so we can see the dice roll. Come on. Two. Oh, she's cursed. Well, I give you an opportunity to show you what cursing is. Throughout the game, in order to succeed at any sort of check that we've had to get a 5 or a 6. If you're cursed, which is one of these horrible cards, you only pass a test on a 6. So from a 1 in 3 chance to pass a check, it goes up to a 1 in 6 chance to pass a check. These are horrible. You know, you've just got to roll 6s in order to get anything done. There is a chance to get rid of this. If you get blessed, it will cancel it out, so you'll go back to normal. And at the end of every upkeep phase, you roll a die, and like anything else, if you roll a 1, you lose the curse. But you know, nasty, nasty, nasty. The upshot, the other side of these is a blessed condition, and then a 4, 5, or 6 will mean you can pass a skill check, so it becomes 1 in 2. But we've got a curse. It has just not been Rita's turn whatsoever. Right, so we'll put this curse card on her play sheet. Oh, damn it! Right, so unlucky kid. Right, and that's the end of the Otherworld encounter phase, and it was pretty horrible. Right. That means we now go to everybody's favourite phase, the Mythos phase. Welcome back to the Mythos phase. Well, this has been a bit of a... It's not been too good a turn for us. We've had a minor success with Skids passing his personal story. But other than that, some pretty nasty things have happened. But to be fair, up until this turn, we had been pretty much coasting. It just goes to show how a few cards, a few missed rolls, what can happen. So, bit of a downer really. And it isn't over yet, because we've got our laughter card to come. So let's see what we get for this Mythos phase. It is... oh, it's another headline. We get a gate at the Unvisited Isle. So, first turn for a while we haven't had a monster surge. So let's dig a new gate out. So, that there. We take the Doom. Put that on. Ithaca is up to 3. And we take the gate. Pop that in there, the unvisited isle. Take another doom token, put it back on the stack so we know to use it next time we open a gate. So we've got a new gate, that means we need another monster to come out of that gate. So into the monster bag we go, and we pull out that one, a Hound of Tindalos. Right, green bordered monster, which means it's got special movement. Hound of Tindalos, it sort of runs around following people, to be honest. It gets your scent and then it follows you, and they're really quite nasty. Very thematic. They've got physical immunity, which doesn't help because we're not exactly overflowing with the weaponry to defeat it. I think there's only Roland Banks who's got an enchanted weapon, although Skids does have the enchant weapon spell. When it moves, the Hound of Tindalos moves directly to the nearest investigator inside a location in Arkham other than the hospital or the asylum. Nice. It's a square. It's got a square for its movement. So anyway, that's going to go to the unvisited isle. Fortunately, we've got a couple of open stands, so nothing's going into the outskirts. So there's the Hound of Tindalos at the unvisited isle. Right, that's that part of the Mythos card dealt with. What's next? Clue appears at the science building. Well, Charlie's at the science building, so he's going to hoover that clue up straight away. So he's now got 2 clues. That's the clue done. Monster movement, hexagons move. We have a hexagon, the Dark Young, but it's a stationary monster, so it's not going anywhere. Slashes move, which is the Moon Beast. So the Moon Beast is going to move on black. That means it moves up to East Town. Triangles move, we've got no triangles, and stars move. I don't think we've got any stars either. No stars. So that's the monster movement done. And now we can read the headline. City gripped by blackouts. The general store, curiosity shop and ye old magic shop are closed until the end of next turn. Leave this card in play until then to indicate this. Right. Good job we're not looking to buy anything just at the moment. Right, so we've got some... I can dig them out. We do have some little closed things, like, you know, boarded up. So we'll put each one of these on the general store there, the curiosity shop here, and the magic shop down there to indicate that they're closed. And we will also pop this in a stand and put it up there with the other one, just so we know it's in play till the end of the next turn. So the whole of the next turn, all those shops will be shut, and then at the end of the Mythos phase of the next turn, we'll discard that card. Right, let's put the Mythos deck back. Save that for next time. So that's the end of turn 4. Some minor successes and some pretty horrendous stuff happened. We managed to kill 2 monsters eventually, but Rita pretty much had to get through all of 7 clues to do that. Rita's managed to get herself cursed in the Great Hall of Saliano. We did manage to seal a gate, which is a plus. Skids did manage to fulfill his personal story. He got himself an extra sanity, he got himself a spell. Did some trading, he's now got an elder sign, but he's down to 1 sanity because some spectral meal that he had at the witch house. So that's not very good news. We've got a new gate opening at the unvisited isle. Another Doom token on Ithaca's Doom track. He's at 3. We've got a Hound of Tindalos on the board. So a very mixed bag. A very mixed bag in this particular turn. So hopefully next turn we'll be able to do a little bit better. Right, that's the end of turn 4, and I hope you'll join me for turn 5. See you all now. Thanks very much for the subscriptions, for the views, for the comments. Much appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.